It's Friday night. I hope you feel like gossiping, 'cause I do. Meet the Duprees. They're the ones that run things behind the gates of their private community. The core four of the family are Father Vernon, his wife Anita, and their two daughters Nicole and Danny. Let's start with Nicole, or Dr. Nicole to you, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and her husband Ted, who's also a doctor, has 3 children, Martin and Catherine, and also Ted's nephew Andre, whom they've raised. Oh, but then there's Danny, who married Bill, and they had 2 daughters, Naomi and Chelsea. And after 30 years, their daughter Naomi moved her best friend Haley into the house, and she stole her man. And now they're getting married, and Danny's not happy about none of that. But how could she be? Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention, and we're back again today to get the tea, and I'm here to pour it. Because we all want to know what happened today beyond the gates.
Gatekeepers,
Get in here. The tea was hot. Get in here. The tea was hot. Open up the gates and get in here. Gatekeepers, gatekeepers, get in here.
what?
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Beyond the Gates Unlocked. I'm so sorry that I was late today, but I tried, y'all. I tried, but I'm here. And I hope you guys will come on in and join me too, honey. I mean, I'm here. You may as well be here with me, right? Right. Here at the So What You Think channel, we like to recap things and also get your take on things. So please make sure that you get down in the comments section and share your opinions, your thoughts, your theories, who you like, who you don't like, all that. And it's also the way you become an official gatekeeper over here by making a comment down in the comments. We call ourselves the gatekeepers because we are here every Monday through Friday as if we are on the payroll, even though we're not. Because we must know what's going on behind these gates every single day. And we like to gossip about these doggone Duprees as if they're real, even though, calm down, people, we know they're not. But we about to talk about them like they are. And he is. I mean, it's a good way to get together, share a few laughs, build a little community over here, as we do so. As we dive deep into these storylines and characters after we get through laughing about them. Because we all got our own suspicions. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. It helps to keep the channel growing. Okay? All right. Y'all good with that? All right. I'm glad now. Now, we are serious about our like button over here. If you don't hit the like button, whether if she's here or not, if she gets here late or not, Belinda Hill will still be taking names in the rebroadcast to see who did not. We really don't know, but we're just saying hit the like button. We have our own officer of the like button. Her name is Miss Belinda Hill, and Miss Belinda Hill do not play about hitting the like button. And anytime she enters the chat and says pause it, Because we ain't got enough likes. She ain't playing about that. I can't even go no further until I got to stop when she tell me to stop. She the officer. You know what happens when the officer pulls you over?
Hey you, hit the like button.
You get pulled over, you got to hit the like button. So just hit the like button, and let's keep the lights out of our the flashing lights out of our chat tonight, okay? We also have some very wonderful mods over here, and we want to take a moment to say hello to them and to our Tony Lynn. Hey y'all! For one thing, Miss Lady KB is in Jamaica. Her in Jamaica. She sent us pictures on the, in the private chat for the mods. And let me tell you, baby, she's at the fabulous spot, and fabulous spot there, and she's having a great time. So, hey, KB, if you happen to hear us, we miss you, girl. But I did put up the goals like you told me to. Okay? I did put the goals up. Now, if you want to, and today is Friday, so I know you might got a little one too. You might want to let me hold a little something. I don't know. We do have a goal of 10 super stickers and 10 super chats. I mean, with just 10 super stickers or chats today. So, if you're feeling like you want to go and send us something, please do. I'm going to love you anyway. I'm going to love you anyway. Also, if you prefer to send it straight to the Cash App, that's scrolling down there below. Let me also silence my phone before we get started here, because y'all know my phone will get started in a minute. And we can't have all that over here. We just can't. We can't, darling. Okay, now I'm gonna set that there. Okay. Um, Now, gatekeepers, we want to protect our name over here, so you know what time it is. It is hashtag time. We got to protect our name of the gatekeepers, and every time they put it in there, let it bring them right back over here. We trying to take our name. Who they think they is? So hashtag this for me, please, down in the comments. It's hashtag time. Hashtag BTG Gatekeepers. Yay! All right, and I thank you in advance for that. Now let me see who of my superstars amongst my gatekeepers are down here in the comments. Let me see.
Who's that typing in the comments?
I know it's late and it's gonna be a short roll call tonight, but eventually some of them may come. I don't know why y'all ain't in here, because usually y'all know we over here to 10, 11, 12 in the morning. Now I don't even know where y'all at. Now who y'all over to listen to somebody else broadcast. It's all right. Just make sure you come back over her. Come back over her. Okay. Down in the comments, we have Miss Lil Hardings, and she says she put her pound sign BTGK gatekeepers down there for us. She also says, good evening, Miss Jen, gatekeepers and mods, and good evening to you too. Jazzy Poetess One is also down in the comments, and she says, good evening, Miss Jen and BTGGK. And Linda Bias, she may be our lone moderator tonight, but don't try, because she will still get at you. She will still get at you. She says, greetings, gatekeepers, peepers, hedge hoppers, and bushwatchers. So even to those of you who are hiding in the hedges, mwah, we love you. There's a little sugar for you. Mwah. I want you to be feeling like we ain't paying you no attention. Redhead Cat is also checking in. She says, good evening, gatekeepers. Thank you for the hashtag. And E Daddy has checked in and said, good evening, gatekeepers. Good evening to you too, E Daddy. He said Monday and Thursday were the best episodes this week. I don't know, baby. Today was given too. Today was given too. Now, Linda says the tea was hot today. And here's the fun fact. Tuesday was the very first episode where we didn't get to see any of the Dupree grandchildren. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you for that. Linda says it don't cost a thing to make that light bell go ring ding. Let me see how many likes we got over here. Okay, we doing all right on the likes. We got 19 likes and 24 people watching. I ain't mad at it. Karen J says, greetings. I bring from John to all the gatekeepers. Thank you very much. And also, JV295 is in the house. Sean B is checked in. Hey, Sean B. And Bobby Wobby's in the house. You know, our girl KB is over in Jamaica right now, Mom. She is, man. She's in Jamaica having a good time. I felt Thursday's show was better than today. What? I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, yesterday was good, but y'all know how y'all gonna get through these shockers we had today because we had some shockers. I mean, Haley admitted it today. What y'all talking about? It was good today too. Let me tell you what it is. Y'all didn't like that Nicole didn't go off because that's how I was feeling. I was like, girl, because I couldn't have did it. I couldn't have done it. Well, since I got started late, child, let me stop talking too much and let's get on to unlocking these gates. Gatekeepers, it's time for our daily dose of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. All right, let's get it. So today's episode was episode 108. Let me take down this comment. Hold on, please. Hey, Redhead Cat. Okay, Okay, today's episode was episode 108, written by Michelle Valjean, Robert Guzer Jr., and Ron Cavalardi was also one of the writers, and Cheryl L. Davis, and it was directed by Stephen Williford. These two writers also wrote on the episode yesterday, so that was interesting. I don't know that I've seen too many times where they put them back to back, but we just started doing this maybe, 2 weeks ago? So yeah, so we'll be paying attention to that. Anyway, the episode when we last left off, Randy was at Orphagene's and Doug was calling him. He's like, "What you doing up in here?" Because the phone rings and he just looked up. What? Yeah, what you doing up in here? So anyway, wait a minute, I got something backwards. Why is Andre? Okay, let me just go to this first. I don't know how I missed the pic. Y'all know I'd be confused when this happens. So let me hold on. I'll just use this picture because I don't know how this happened, but okay, let's get with it. So Andre is having a drink at his house and he's thinking about Haley and him telling her that he wants what Danny won't offer him at all. And that's what I want from you. That's what I want from you. Are these acid wash jeans? Are those acid wash jeans? See, that's done distracted me. Anyway. He's in there having a drink and thinking about where he'd been over that line telling Ashley, even though he could be telling the truth. I don't know. Because I don't know what's wrong with you, Andre. You be declaring, as they say in the South, you be a declaring to everybody. You just be declaring. I love you, girl. Just declaring to anybody that'll listen. But he's thinking back, though, to him talking to Ashley. And then Danny comes over there and tells him about what happened with Haley's fake incident. And she thinks that she caused it. Girl, now you the only one think that. And I hope Naomi hurry up and tell you that you didn't, because we ain't about to watch you go into another drunken stupor, girl. Gonna turn into Otis on Andy Griffin. Girl. Nabil said, these pictures are way out of whack. Y'all hold on. Did they go backwards or something? Maybe I just missed a whole row of pictures because I'm missing some stuff. So let's see what I can use here instead. Okay, I'll just use this picture. Okay, so Bill said that Danny called him and he went to the hospital, but she had left. I don't know about this right here part right here. The math ain't mathing. The clock ain't clocking. He said he went to the hospital, but she left. Haley tells Bill she lost the baby, and Bill breaks down a little bit. And Naomi's standing there looking at her like, you lying heifer. You lying heifer. You lying heifer. Because I'd have said it. I'd have had to say it. Now, Vanessa wants to know if Joey trusts her. And he said, I don't trust anybody, but I enjoy you more than I do anybody else. And Vanessa said, well, Doug trusts me. And so you need not worry about him anymore. Because I done talked to him and he said he going to stop doing all the stuff he was doing. So we'll see if that works, I guess. But girl, he already over there scheming on some stuff, so whatever. Now, Doug and Randy. Now, I guess I can go to this picture. Doug and Randy are sitting there talking. And Doug asked Randy why he's back. I thought you were laying low. You risking your life for the biscuits up in here in Orpha Jeans? And he was like, yeah, they real good. I said to myself, I wonder if that was a line that Doug threw in and Randy or Maurice the actor was, because he kind of laughed at that, like, I can't believe he just said that. So I was wondering if that's something that Doug just said. And then he was like, stay in character, keep talking. Because it was interesting. But anyway, he's like, so you gonna risk your life for the biscuits at Orpha Jeans? And he's like, yeah, they just that good. But listen, I'm in and I'm out. I had some business to take care of. And some things are worth the exposure. Doug is like, what you talking about, a woman? Because it sounds like that's code for that. And Randy wants to know why Doug wanted to talk to him. And Doug talking about taking their power back and taking Joey down. Child, you okay? Now, Ashley's mama, Jan, has called Derek to meet up with him because one thing she wants for sure is she wants some Derek grandbabies. She don't want no Andre grandbabies. That ain't what she want. So she's like, look, you are letting Ashley slip through your fingertips. And I ain't about to let that happen over no FOMO. Fear of missing out. I had to go look it up because I'm like, I don't even. But y'all can stop writing this kind of stuff in here. I don't want to be having to run and look up stuff. Just say fear of missing out. How about you just say that? I ain't got time for all this. Y'all know I'm old. Now Ashley's at home exercises, doing her jazz exercises, about to pass out. She over there marching and jumping around in the middle of the floor, trying her best to not think about that Andre and his declaration of wanting her. And she was like, oh, Ashley, you got to make a decision. Girl, you sure do. Because this is about the most interesting you done been this week, girl. But maybe we will be moving you out of this one-room apartment. Because y'all know they ain't built Andre a set for nothing. So some stuff is about to go on over there at Andre's. A lot. And that's why I think she about to be over there. Because her and Derek definitely can't live up in here. I think she going over there to live in fabulosity. But we'll see. Now, Andre is giving Danny drinks trying to calm her down. She can't believe that this has happened. She says, we were going back and forth, and you know how we do. And then the next thing I know, she hollering out she having a miscarriage. I don't know what happened. Oh my God. I was so overwhelmed. She's not sure if what she saw was real. She's like, because I did see blood on her clothes. And then she let a stranger, somebody named Sammy, take her to the hospital. And she's not sure what's happened. Like, I'm just so confused. Yeah, we was confused too. We was. Randy thinks Doug is crazy with this idea of his about Joey. But Doug feels Joey will never back down. And Randy tells him, you ain't the first, you ain't gonna be the last to try to take him down, and everybody else that's done tried to take him down ain't here to tell the story. So you may want to proceed lightly. And even if you snag him for what he's doing, he'll know that it's you that got him. So you still gonna be in trouble. And Doug said, I just want to protect Vanessa and I want to get him for good. So they have to think big. Yeah, think big. Think big. Think big. That man. I love that man with that headscarf on his head. You got to think big. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all don't think big. So he's like, you got to think big. So he said, like some smurder. Now, I'm sorry. Is this show trying to become like a mystery murder show? Like I should say Mystery Schmurder show, like Matlock, Barnaby Jones, Beretta, Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch Beyond the Gates. Is that what we're doing? We shall see, because this y'all keep on talking about taking people out of here. I ain't signed up to watch no Smurder show now. I could watch one of 50 Cent shows if I want to do that. Sidebar, speaking of. So I was watching BMF Black Mafia Family last night, early this morning. And I'm looking at this girl who was betraying Lala. I guess that's her name, Lala, right? And it was Naomi. It was Naomi. I was looking, I'm like, I know this girl. And it was Naomi. She on there too. Well, she got a little reoccurring part of that, but okay, girl. She looked real cute on there too. I like that hairdo like that. And she betrayed her friend, child. So she's playing a little more treacherous role. But I digress. Now, Joey and Vanessa says Vanessa's face, her body, her brain can make a man do crazy things. Can it? I guess you have to be the one to say, because this ain't, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't know about what appeals to a man like that. So, if he says so, okay. But he's like, do you think Doug gonna let you go though? Huh? And Vanessa says, well, he sees what we have between us and he'll let it go. And Joy says, well, he can't have a percentage of this money we making if you gonna be with me. He can't have his cake and eat it too. He can't have his cake and eat it too. And Vanessa said, don't worry. There's no need to be, going all off like that. Don't give it another thought, because I know him. Okay. Jazzy Porter says, why is Randy Sammy back? I don't know, but I was glad to see him back. I want to see more of him in this role. I want to see his role expanded. In fact, I would like to see. I hope he is a love interest of Haley's. I'm gonna tell you why. Because in all of the scenes that he gets now, he's got to be scouring and playing somebody tough or something like that. I would like to see him be able to explore a softer side. Should I say softer side? A more emotional side of a character, and not just have to play, like angry black man or big menacing black guy. Like I would like to see him be able to play soft to somebody as well, to a female partner as well. So I hope so. Now, Doug tells Randy Sammy, that Vanessa likes the dark side, always has. He's almost walked in on her and this man a couple times. And you the fool, Doug. I don't know no man still almost walk in on his wife a couple times. And ain't did nothing. But whatever. Randy said that he saw some stuff too. Randy Sammy said that he saw some stuff too that made him a little suspicious when, in his dealings, when he was working. And Doug said, well, that's my wife. But it don't make me feel no better that she's special to the devil. He's saying Joey kind of like us. He was like, I ain't never seen Joey kind of move with no woman like that before, the way he's moving with Vanessa. He says, well, that don't really make me feel no better that my wife is special to the devil. It don't ease the blows. Our marriage ain't perfect, but this happened right up under my nose, and that's the part that's done got him twisted in the wind. He don't like that. He don't like that at all. And I don't blame him. I mean, after all, this is your wife. So Randy asks, is that why he's over here talking about smurdering folks? And he said, well, given the chance, I'd like to do a few things with my scalpel. But I don't want to smurder him. But I do want to hurt him. I want him to suffer. And you're exactly the man that can make that happen. I was like, okay. Now back over to Bill's them house. Oh, wait. Danny said that she didn't mean to hurt Haley. Girl, you ain't hurt Haley. So please stop talking like that. I don't know what they put in what kind of Grey Goose they got you drinking. Just got you over here not blaming yourself for this foolishness. I just don't, And when Danny find out that you done put her through all this turmoil, Haley, it's going to be heck to pay. heck to pay. Heck to pay. She's like, I felt so bad, her all alone at the hospital. And Andre said, well, the baby's probably fine and she probably back at home. And you was right, she was right back at the house. She was. Now, Bill wants to know who treated Haley and let her right up at the hospital. This is what we trying to find out, Bill. He was like, why was you released so fast? Now you asking the right question, sir. She was like, Bill, don't worry. They took care of me. Stop worrying. I lost the baby. That's all. Bill goes to make Haley some tea, and then that leaves her and Naomi to be able to sit up there and talk and chit-chat and whatnot. See, Naomi, this is the stance you should have kept right there. Right there. And sidebar. Y'all see that picture hanging on that wall back there? Now, in next week's episode, no, I'm wrong. In today's episode, when Danny called Bill on the phone when he was supposed to be in the kitchen talking to her on the phone, that's the picture that was behind. I just, see my eye be catching stuff like that. So, I don't know. All right. But anyway, once Bill went in the kitchen, that left Naomi and Haley out there. Girl, this one you should have really went in. I mean, you went in, but you ain't do enough. You ain't do enough. You ain't. Anyway, let me tell y'all what happened. Anyway, what had happened was Naomi said, I don't want to sound insensitive, but why didn't you tell me what happened as soon as I got here? That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. She said, well, I hadn't told your dad anything, and I just, it wasn't really like it was any of your business. Like, even now, but I just, I hadn't even told Bill yet. She was like, And did you fake this baby, Haley? Naomi, move over, because I got a question. See, this how you question. This how you question. This what you say. You say, girl, listen. How you get out the hospital so fast when you got to do paperwork when you go in and paperwork to get out? It takes longer to do just the paperwork than it did for you to go down there and have a whole procedure and come back down here and be sitting up here in your silk pajamas, propped up on this tacky purple couch. Now I looked it up. After a miscarriage, a doctor needs to be sure that the miscarriage was completed. He has to address any pregnancy tissues that are left and manage the pain and the bleeding. And by addressing tissues, that means he got to go up in there and do a whole cervical scrape. Then they got to watch to make sure you won't start up no bleed. So, girl, please tell me how. How in the world did you do all that, get checked in? And Lord knows, y'all know you ain't checking in and out of nowhere that fast. They had you sitting up in there waiting before they come down there and give you that paperwork to let you go home. You home before Danny made it over to Andre's. You home after what? He done came down there and brought you that person. He down there having coffee and biscuits down at Offer Jeans already, girl. Randy, did you drop that purse off already? Because inquiring minds want to know. But that's how you question somebody, Naomi. Lord, girl. Anyway, Naomi told her that she ain't want to say nothing in front of her daddy, but I would have. But you need to clarify some things. Why pretend to have an ultrasound in the first place? And is my daddy mourning a baby that never existed in the first place? Girl, yes. Yeah, Haley, is it? Then they cut back to Randy. And Randy over here trying to figure out how they can take Joey without Vanessa. I'm sorry. Randy is trying to figure out how they can take down Joey without Vanessa falling too. And that's because that's what Doug wants. And he says, Joey wanted me to carry out a hit for him. No. Doug said, didn't Joey want you to carry out a hit for him? And just because you didn't do it didn't mean he didn't get somebody else to do it. Doug says, so all the police need to know is that he coerced you. and those crumbs will lead them right to joy, where a man was unalive. All the charges we need to get him locked up. And Randy Sammy was like, "You want me to snitch? I don't be snitching. I ain't no snitch." Mm-mm. And Doug is like, "Well, we could." Um, hold on, I'm trying to see what I wrote here. Hold on a second. Oh, he said, "Well, either you get rid of him or he gonna get rid of you. Before he figure out he need to eliminate you, we need to eliminate him." Now, Danny wants to check on Haley. Am I missing this part about what's his name? The mom and them? Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to look right over that. Okay. So Vanessa's mom, go back to this picture. Vanessa's mom wants Derek to beg his way back. Just going in to please, 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 baby, please, 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 please. She said, go in there and beg your way back. And he said, I done did all that. She wants somebody else. And she's like, Andre is a player though. She just thinks she won't where the grass is greener. But you just gonna give up after all that you done did and been through and been there for her? Because this is real life. You got to fight for her. And he was like, I ain't got to fight every night just to prove my love, Miss Jane. Now that's where you're wrong. I ain't got to do it. So Danny done got on the phone and she done called Bill. That's what I'm saying. That picture Bill is standing in front of is the picture that's in the living room. He's supposed to be in the kitchen. It's one of them catches, right? So she's like, how is she? Because you know I would never want to hurt her. And he told her that she lost the baby. Oh, and Danny just broke down. Danny, you need to calm down, girl. See, you was on the right track. Now you done let him throw you on the wrong track. Poor thing. She got off the phone. Andre was looking like, what in the hoot in the ha is going on here? Okay, so Naomi said, what is that on this couch? Is that just something from the lights? Because I know they wouldn't have shot this with a spot on the couch. This must be bad lighting. This must be my stupid camera. I think that's what it is. Okay, so anyway, Naomi was like, get to talking, because this is a new and confusing low, even for you. So Haley get to talking. She's like, okay, I lied, okay? I pulled that ultrasound from the internet. And Naomi said, you were losing a grip on my dad, and so you pulled this? You felt like you was losing grip on my dad, and you felt like you had to go through all this? She's like, yeah, what, no, it wasn't that, but I was really pregnant though. I really did lose a him or her. Girl, you a him or her Invisalign lie. You a whole Invisalign lie. Hold on a second for me, guys. Okay, thanks for holding. Okay, she told her, she said, you a whole Invisalign lie. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. She says, because you just said that you lied about the baby and faked this, but now you want to no, this is what I'm saying. Sorry. I'm saying this is what I wrote down. I'm saying You want to move the goalpost now, right? You want to move the goalpost as to when the lie began. No, I was already, I was pregnant and I lost a baby. Now you want to move the goalpost to there was a baby before you start lying about the baby. So just so long as there was a baby lost, you got yourself covered in these lies. That's what you saying. That's what you feeling. Cause girl, you a lie. You a whole countrified lie. Mm-mm. And she was trying her best to lie good because she knows she talking to a lawyer right here. So she trying to get them lies in order, make them line up. But girl, Now Joy says that a woman working for his best. He says, I'm not used to a woman that's working for my best interest. That's new to me. And she's like, I just want to protect all of us, Doug, me, and you. You know, we a happy three. We a happy three. We a happy three. She wanted him to know we are family, all of us. And she's like, I really want to know what another version of you would be like if it existed. And he said, I'd be a writer living on a beach because Lord knows you good at lying and spinning stuff. But anyway, he said, I'd be a writer living on a beach somewhere, loving one woman like you. If I were Doug, that man killed me with it. If I was your man, but you not though. But anyway, if I was Doug, I wouldn't be gambling with that. But you are though. You doing the same thing Doug doing, sir. You just doing it differently from a higher perch. Man, you is. I wouldn't be acting like Doug running around here gambling and about to lose you. Oh no. And Vanessa said, wait, now hold up. Now we had plenty of good years together before the mundane stuff kicked in. Doug is a good man, Savannah Joy. Doug is a good man, Savannah Joy. And you have to understand. You got to understand one more thing now. He was like, what is that? I did tell him about that bug you put in his car. He was like, what now? I was like. Now Randy is laughing at Doug, telling him that he's a newborn crime doer. And Joey owns the cops. He's like, he owns the cop. I've handled things for him involving them. But Joey don't show his full hand. So I don't know every one of them. But I will tell you that there are some of them. Now, Derek has, thank you very much, Jazzy Poetess One. She's kicked us off with our first super chat from our goals tonight. So thank you very much, Jazzy Poetess One. Derek has surprised Ashley and then popped up at her door. And he tells her that I saw your mama. She was looking for me. She told me, she think it's a mistake us breaking up. And what I can't shake is that, sometimes we run from what's right in front of us because we're afraid of making a mistake. So as my last plea, I'm letting you know that I can learn what Andre knows and I can do more. I can be who you need me to be. I ain't about to do all this with nobody. I ain't about to do it. You either like me as I am, we like each other as we are. But I don't know about all this trying to be like somebody else you like. I ain't about to try to be like Vanessa Williams for you because I can't do it. I can't be Jill Scott. I can't do it. But anyway, he says, I shouldn't be penalized, though, for not being exposed to all the things that he has in life and not having the money he ain't got. I want to be your hero, Ashley. I can learn about you. We can grow together. Is there any chance that we can still make this work? And she was like, girl, that was a good little speech he gave you, though, girl. It was, girl. Now, Lion Tail Haley with the crocodile tears said, when your mom took me to the hospital, I thought I was losing the baby then, and the doctor wanted to do an ultrasound, but I couldn't let her. Naomi said, because your womb was as empty as your words. Ooh, touche, pussycat. On something. That was a good one. She's like, why? Because your womb is as empty as your words. So then Haley said, if the doctor didn't see it, no, she's like, if the doctor didn't see it or say it, then no one can tell me that I was gonna lose my baby. I was scared. And the pain subsided, and I convinced myself that I was okay. And when I went for my follow up, I knew that your daddy was going to ask me about the sonogram, so I just went and printed one out. Now you a liar. Cause let me run it. Let me run this past E-Daddy, right? Episode 64, Bill had that stroke. You bought that ultrasound in there then. Now I'm sorry. Had Danny already had you already had the argument with Danny at this time? Had you? Episode 64 was the stroke. So had her and Danny already had that run in and had her running into the hospital? Because I was thinking when she went in the hospital, I was thinking that's the same room Bill was in. Eh? Y'all let me know. What episode was that? Because girl, you was pulling out fake sonograms before that happened. Haley said the ultrasound stopped Bill from asking me any questions, and it just let me keep pretending. And I don't know if it would have made a difference if I had got the ultrasound, because I don't know if it would have saved my baby. Invisalign probably still wouldn't have made it. I was picking out colors. You know what, girl? See, all this lying you doing, she just anything to get you emotionally involved in the lie. That's what a good liar do. They just try to involve you in the lie. Anything. I was in there picking out colors for the nursery. Girl, you ain't even picked out colors for this tacky living room we in. So we know that's a lie. And judging on this room, you should not be putting no room together for no baby to be in there being terrorized by looking at all that mess you would put up in there. And Bill was picking out strollers. JB says she'll be pregnant again next week. Let her tell it. Bill was picking out strollers and everything, and I just couldn't find it in myself to hurt him. Now you want to go to her daddy, like you don't want to do nothing hurt your daddy, do you? Do you? I just felt like I couldn't tell your daddy. I just felt so guilty, and I just felt like I just didn't want to tell him. Are you gonna tell Bill? I'd have been like, girl, I'm about to tell my dad as soon as he come back up in here with this tea and stuff. We're gonna sip tea and read you. And he is. And I hope he bring a comfort with it. Girl. Girl. That she should have known for sure, baby. That she should have known for sure. We'd have been sipping tea and eating crumpets. And in between every crunch, I'd have been like, and then she gonna sit up here and say she didn't want you to know because of this him. All of my culture would have been out the door. I'd have been smacking, sipping tea loud, and spilling all your tea. You could count on that, Haley. So better her than me. But anyway, Bill walked in because she was like, are you gonna tell Bill? And Bill was like, is she gonna tell me what? And girl, that's when you should have started talking. You should have been singing like a jaybird on Christmas morning. You should have. Gotta been telling it all. Bill was like, I can't take any more surprises tonight. So what's up? Naomi said, something you should know is that I'm really sorry about your loss. And I was looking forward to meeting my little sibling. And she hugs him. And then Haley gonna have the audacity to mouth to her, thank you. Girl, you wouldn't have been thanking me. Now, Naomi, you was on my nerve because now she done involved you in this foolishness. I hope you know that. And she knows that that's what she done. She has successfully made you a part of a deceit. So I hope you go right home and tell your mama, because now Danny gonna know how to handle that thing. She ain't scared. Now, Danny is upset, speaking of, that she has caused this problem, this loss of child. Thank you, Angelica, that she has lost this child. That she feels like she's the cause of it all. Mm-hmm. She's like, we was doing what we doing. And so Andre wants to comfort her. She's like, no, get off me now. Move back now, because I'm tell you something. We keep on blurring these lines, um, I don't think we should be doing that. Mm-mm. But Andre, with his old "I want you, Ashley," I don't know what I want, I will you what I want, Ashley tell, over here trying to not push the brakes with Danny. Danny's like, no, and he's like, no, it's okay. I mean, we can be there for each other. You just over. Ooh, Andre, you on my nerve. Boy, I swear, don't nobody get no love speeches better than you, and don't mean one word of it. It seems. She's like, I don't want to blur lines anymore. We're friends with benefits. That's all. Well, I guess he was trying to cash in on some of them benefits then, Danny. Now, Ashley is over there declaring for a man who is at the very same moment trying to declare for someone else's underwear. She was, though. He was, though. Ashley said, I got what I wanted. I had the dream job. I had you, Derek. And when you proposed, it felt like it should have been heaven on earth. But instead, I just felt like I wanted to run from you. Ooh. I want to run from you. Ooh. She want to run. She said, I want to run. I want to run from you. I was like, child, and that's cow. Mm-mm. She's like, I felt like my world was getting smaller and smaller, like I was going to suffocate. Girl, what a way to tell some man about his love, girl. Your love was suffocating. I couldn't breathe. Not breathe. I couldn't even breathe. It just was suffocating. I couldn't do it, Derek. Couldn't do it. She said that Andre showed her adventure. And Derek said, I may not have his money or his glamorous background, but I can give you experiences. Ashley says, but you never did. We never had any of them. And I know it feels selfish. And Derek says, you know what? It's not selfish for you to choose who you want to love. I would work every day to give you your dream, but I can't do this. Derek, you done stood up for yourself today, sir. He told Ashley it had to be forever or never. Because, girl, he done got tired of being left on the sideline. Either put him in the game or sign him to a new team, girl, because he wants to be traded now. Let him go. Now, Naomi done left, and Bill said Naomi took it hard because, she gave him a hug, and she was like, Dad, I'm really sorry about the loss. And so Bill is sorry that he wasn't there for Haley and that it isn't her fault. It is her fault. All of this is her fault. And you know what's y'all fault?
Hey, you! Oh, where's you going? Where's you going? Where you click like? You don't follow me? I don't care. Click like. You don't be scrolling past my stuff. Click the like and the share and stuff right now. Right. Hey, you! I love you. Click it.
Because I love you, so click it. Also, don't forget we're trying to reach our 10 super chat goal. I ain't gonna hate y'all if we don't. I'm gonna love you the same. You know that. Okay, now, he didn't want her to blame herself, but I blame her. And you gonna blame her too when you find out what we know. When you find out what we know, you gonna blame her too. And I hope you put her out and undo your credit card, which something tells me she been using. You about to find out. You about to find out that money you put over there in her name. I used to, but you about to find out. You about to find out, Haley, and what you thought she was, baby. You thought you had a cute little, one of them cute little fluffy little dogs, and it's done growed up to be a whole pit bull master about to bite your arm off, Bill. Might have been putting something in your food to jack you up, for all we know. For all we know. Now, Randy hates what Joey did, but if they do it the way that Doug wants to. It's not gonna turn out well. He was like, so we're gonna do it my way because you done got sloppy and you done got loud. And child, Randy ain't about to put Randy Sam ain't about to put his life in your hands because he could already see you about some foolishness. Randy done came up in there and put them big old arms up on the table. Let's admit he got some nice guns on me, dude. Ain't gonna say this boy spends time at the gym. He do. He's dedicated to the gym. We know he am. You know, we be liking somebody with some big arms right here. We do. We do. Okay, now. He said, he said, now about him putting that bug in your car. He said, that's a good thing. We can use that. That'd be an edge for us over here. That'd be something we can use. It could be the path that we need to lead Joey down the road. We need to lead him down. And he won't even see what's coming for him. I don't know now, Randy, because listen, Randy Salmon, Vanessa done been down there running her mouth and then told Joey that y'all know about the bug. So I don't know. You're going to be very smart, very smart. This will only work if Nessa come back and tell y'all that she told Joey. That's the only way this is going to work. Otherwise, I don't know. Your life might be on the jeopardize. But we need you to have a love interest. And we need them to continue to write you into this show. We want to see more. We want to see more. Joey is upset that Vanessa done told Doug about that bug in his car. But Nessa assures him that it made Doug fall back the way that he wanted him to. She's like, I convinced him that you dangerous. That's why I had to tell him about the bug so he would know how dangerous you is. So He was like, okay. He says, it's hard to stay mad at you, Nessa. But you can't always help who we love or what that love will make us do. Child, you better leave Doug alone. Doug ain't no threat to you. She don't want that man. She don't even want that man. Where's Diego at? Huh? Where's Diego at? We ain't seen Diego in a minute. Did you do something, Diego? I guess we have to wait and see. Now, Derek went running back to Uptown to tell Jan that he done talked to Ashley, and Ashley said she don't want him. He said, so ain't gonna be no wedding. She done chose Andre. That's it. That's all. And while Ashley is choosing Andre and Danny were choosing to jump into each other's arms. And Andre is giving one of them great speeches that he give about, you're such a wonderful person, Danny. Any man would be crazy when he could have you. You walk in the room and you just light it up. Then you just got to give Ashley the same kind of foolishness. You all I want. You all I can think about. You all I want to start something new with you. Danny don't want to give me what I want. But you the one getting on. You the only one. You the only one. You the only one. Blah, 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 blah. So now he over here giving her the business. And then they end up kissing, child. And while they was over there kissing and carrying on, Ashley walked up in there, I'm sure ready to say that I done chose what I want. I done told Derek to get away from me. You the man I want. And she walked right in on them man with their lips all up on each other. Girl, look. We tried to tell you. We know you feel stupid right now, but we tried to tell you. Your mama tried to tell you. Everybody tried to tell you. Nurse Messi tried to tell you. We tried to tell you that he is a player. We tried to tell you. You didn't listen. And now Andre done showed you. We ain't got to tell you no more. Andre done showed you. I'm going to see how he got it. She jumped on me. I was telling her I didn't want her no more. And then she just jumped on me. And then because she eased in there, she eased back out. And they was like, did you hear something? He was like, I don't know. Then Danny gonna tell him, I tell you what, just hold me tonight. I don't want to be alone tonight. Hey, baby, don't you think? I don't want to be alone tonight. They got to singing that song from what's that movie? Dang. School Days. You You got to give it to me, baby, if you want to get it. I don't want to be alone tonight. That's what she told him. I was like, ooh, ooh. Oh, but next week, Danny walks in and look like she about to fall out because she done come up in here and Danny got her hand all on Bill's back, rubbing it down, just rubbing it down, and she looked like she wanted to fall out. Cause he ain't saying, "Get your hands off me, Danny." Oh no, girl, that ain't what you walked in on. She walked in, she was like, "Oh, oh, oh." Also, she could be thinking, "I hope Naomi ain't told her mama. Let me get her out of here before she tell Bill." Girl, like she can't pick up the phone and call Bill or go to the office, girl, but whatever. We gotta wait to see. And then Ted is at the country club telling Vernon and Anita that Nicole done filed for a divorce. Now, Nicole, I don't know though. I can't really believe. I don't know. Ted, you messed up, sir. And you probably just upset because you seen old fine, what's his name over there? Carlton. Mr. White Pants. That's probably what's wrong. Do you want her or you just don't want him to have her? I don't know. And then Tomas and Kat end up talking again because him and Kat was trying to dance and they couldn't. They say the way somebody dance tells you a lot. And based upon the cake eating that's already gone on, this is just really messing up Kat's head. Child, she about to wrap you up in a bow and take you over there to even beg her to take you off her hands so you can stop thinking about her cake. But oh, people, this woman right here done showed up to Leslie's door. And when Leslie opened the door, she was like, "Sweet baby Jesus, I know you like." Leslie, for once, was truly shook. She was truly shook. And I know this lady got to be kinfolk, because this wig say she is. Every single thing about this ill-fitted wig says to me, we are family. And we can't wait to see what happens. Oh, my Lord, today. Oh, my Lord, today. Yeah, the wig was talking for her. It was. It indeed was. And I loved it. All right, y'all. We're going to jump right into opening up the lines because I know we got a late start tonight. Let me take this last picture down. I might leave it up there. No, let me take it down because it bears discussing. Who is that? Who is that? Is she the nurse to switch them babies? I mean, who is this? I don't know. Now, she looked like a nurse to me. She do. She really do. All right, you guys. I'm going to get ready to open up the lines for those of you that want to come up because a lot is going on this week. And I know y'all got a lot to say. So let's do it. The lines are now open and you know you want to gossip. So,
share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, hey, what's on your mind? Hey,
come on up here. You know you want to gossip.
That's why you my best friend.
Now, I done found y'all a new money song. I hope that you will enjoy it. And if we get 5 super chats, I can play the song for you guys. But at this time, we gonna open up the gates to see what had happened was. Hold on, please. As we peer a little deeper into what happened this week beyond the gates, we gonna peek through the keyhole now, baby. We got to peek through the keyhole now. We got to peek through the keyhole. Hey, Lil, I see you back there. Hold on for me. All right. Yeah, I found a new money song. I want to play it for you guys, but we got to get 5 super chats for me to play it. I really like this song. And I was like, let me see how they dig this one. 5 super chats and we play the song. Because you know I got to pay them for playing the song. Okay. All right, anybody else coming up? The link is down there in the chat. Remember, we're cameras off, so no need in being shy. If you want to come up and talk about all the things that you thought about this week's episodes, which was a lot. It was a lot. I kept some of the questions from, hey, Sean B., I see you. Hold on. I kept some of the questions from earlier in the week. And we'll use some of those to look deeper into the episode. Okay? We also find, where is, okay. Yeah, Vanilla got a wake-up call. Ooh, let me see who else is checked in down here. Hold on. While you guys hang out. First of all, let me go back and highlight these 2 super chats. I see more of you had joined down in the Mr. Raven Maniac says, I'm late. I made it. Hello, fellow gatekeepers of Miss Jen. I'm going to sit up here in the gallery and twiddle my thumbs while y'all stir the tea. All right. And thank you for using the hashtags for me as well. But you know you're always welcome down in the comments. I can't wait for Naomi to compare notes with Danny. And I hope Bill, hey, Daddy, I see you back there. I can't wait for Naomi to compare. Okay, I hope Bill goes back and takes Haley off those policies. Child, it might be too late. You never know. Naomi annoyed me this week. When Doug told Randy his plan about taking down Joey, Randy gave him that look like ninja. This ninja must be crazy. You ain't lying. You want to put my life on the jeopardy? I don't think so, sir. I was expecting for Naomi to put on more of a lawyer skills when questioning Haley. Me too. But maybe she had her reasons for pulling back. Maybe she's trying to get her to open up and confide in her more. I don't know. But I hope she goes straight and tell her mama what she know. And if she don't, she wrong. Miss Jen, clarifying that supposed hospital procedure. Hold on. Clarifying that supposed hospital procedure and half-step and Haley must have forgotten to include in her fakery. Yeah, right. Shout out to Bobby Wobby also for info in the repeat review. Wait, what did I miss in Bobby Wobby? Let me go back and see. I don't know what I missed. Okay. Miss Jen, put up the goals again. Okay, so I did put the goal up. So the goal should be up for the rest of this live. We have 2. We need 3 more so we can make the goal. If you guys want to. No pressure. Okay, Linda says, what I'm like said, please be sure to hit the like button. Naomi was also Haley's BS, which I wish she would have told Bill. Yeah, rights want to keep us. Yeah, they want to keep us in suspense. Yeah. I do not think, hi Angelica, I do not think that Naomi is going to hold this secret for long. She not, especially when she speaks to her mother and Danny started comparing those, and her mother is so distraught. Derek should have moved on and let her go. She doesn't deserve him. Right. I think Randy knows that her scheme was all the time, and she has some connections to him beyond the gates. Randy and Haley have history, and Scooby-Doo Randy may set her up. You think? Speaking of Randy, Randy is one of the few people who actually comments down in the comment section for some of the broadcasts. He commented on this one, I think, from yesterday. Yeah, he commented down in the comment section yesterday. Yeah. I guess them dang writers was reading my mind because a little while later, Ashley gave Derek his final rejection, supposedly. Now she about to run back down. I made a mistake. I was wrong. And I hope that he tell her, girl, I ain't about to take second place. I ain't about to do it. And that's what she need to do. Jasmine Williams said, yep, Vanilla got a wake-up call. Bobby Wobby says, I don't remember what I said. I couldn't find it. Karen J says, check how Leslie hold the purse. It looked like she can straighten Leslie out. Baby, she holding that purse like let me find this picture. She holding that purse like her name is Esther. Esther on Sanford and Son. That's how she holding that purse. She nursing that purse, you hear me? She look like she opened the door and said, you old fish-eyed fool. Just crazy. All right, let me welcome you all up to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Lil. Welcome to the stage,
Thank
Sean
you.
B. And welcome to the stage, E Daddy.
Thank you.
How are you guys this evening?
Great.
Okay.
Good, good. Sean, do we have you? Oh, her mic is still muted. Okay, so she must be doing something else right now. Okay, so anyway, so what did you all think
Hi.
about this week? We had the concert and all of that. So what did you all think about all of that?
I tell you, I was super annoyed. I really don't like Ashley. I was
I'll go
really,
first.
really annoyed with her.
I'll go first.
Re-
Okay, let's do it this way. So let's go back to the concert because that happened this week, right? Do you all think that Leslie was wrong for attending the concert?
No, but she was wrong for stealing her daughter's picture. I mean, her daughter's ticket, because the way Ted had it set up, I thought it would have been beautiful. He was going to be sitting with the young lady that his other brat daughter always calls the bastard or the illegitimate child. And he had it set up so father and daughter would have been sitting together. Leslie would have been okay and appropriate to purchase a ticket and be in the audience. She had no business in that space that was observed for family. She should not have done that. She stole Eva's picture, but now our ticket. But now she had a right to be at the concert. But the way she got there was not right, and she would have caused more problem, because if Eva had not notified her father, then Leslie and her father would have been sitting together like husband and wife.
Yeah. And maybe that was her plan. And Sean, what did you think? Do you think that Leslie was wrong for attending the concert
of course, the way she did it.
the way she
If
did
it
it?
was, if she would have had purchased, her own ticket, that's totally fine. But the way she did it, sneakily, you know, yeah, she was wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
took it from her daughter, and she got um what's that? Eva and Ted basically blame both. You know,
Okay. Do me a favor if you have another device playing
Ted
in the
got
background. Do me a favor if you have another device playing in the background like of the show, can you turn that down because we're getting a like an echo.
is that with me?
Maybe that's something else. Yeah, I think. Hold on one second. I'm gonna tell you if it's you. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, say something again, Sean. Yeah, I can hear music playing in the background. So if you can turn that down just a little bit for me.
Yeah,
Okay. It
okay.
could be the
It's my
coming out.
daughter. I'm in the car with
Yeah.
her.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. I got you. All
So
right. Go
I'm just
ahead.
gonna leave for now.
All right. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. So now, what about Ashley? Do you think that Shanice should tell Ashley what she saw at the concert? Because remember, she saw Andre kiss
Um,
Danny. I mean, I guess it don't matter now.
yeah, it doesn't matter now, but I don't. It's like I don't know. I don't like the writing regarding none of this. I really
Oh.
don't. I don't like it regarding Danny, Shanice,
Mm-hmm.
Andre, Derek, Ashley. I don't like that Shanice and Danny are being made to play second fiddle to her on season behind. It's like I told y'all last week. I feel like she's winning everything, and she gets to be all whiny and stuff like that. And she got the two men basically fighting over her, and everybody else is kind of like defending her. And I just really don't like it.
Mhm.
It really bothers me.
Mhm.
And it's like why? Like
Okay.
why Ashley?
Mhm. Okay. All right. So, E Daddy, what do you say? What do you think Leslie was wrong to attend the concert?
Actually, yes and no. She should have not stolen Eva's ticket, but she had the right to be at the concert itself because it was a public performance. So I
Okay.
thought in that case Nicole was wrong to try to boot Leslie out prematurely. Now if she had made a ruckus, which she didn't, she behaved herself, then Nicole would have the right to kick her out.
Okay. Now let's put this on trial,
But
right?
I think what she was trying to do, like my mom said, was she was trying to sit next to Ted and it backfired. And she ended up sitting next to Eva.
Mhm. All right. Now let's put this on trial. Is Carlton wrong to pursue Nicole?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's not legally separated at this time.
Mhm.
Plus, this might not be the best time for a person who's so emotionally disconnected to start
Mhm.
making relationships, because until you've gone through the grieving process, the person that you are dating will never know who you are. And then when you get through the grieving process and you wake up, you don't even might not even like that person anymore. Now I don't know how far he intends to go, but I don't think that the way Nicole has been displaying her emotions lately, I think she's just still all over the place and she's still pretty raw. She could use some good friendship, some good
Mhm.
kindness, but this dating business, I think you should wait a while.
But do you think that even if they get divorced, like, do you think that Carlton would be wrong to date Nicole because he's friends with Ted, or?
You know, I do in the real world, but I guess in soaps they don't have many people to choose from.
Now it's a whole Leslie over there. He could have went after. But it's
Yes.
something. But you could tell from the very beginning that he had something for Dr. Nicole. He was like, yeah, I dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
apparent from get go.
And then if they call themselves friends, that still probably wouldn't sound good because you're calling Ted your friend, but yet you're telling Nicole how you put him down for what he did. And a friend usually might not get behind the other person's back and say what all he did against them, but a friend would tell the friend you're not it's not okay what you did, and I think that she deserved better than that. So it's almost like he's looking for a way to wiggle in and justify himself.
Hmm.
I don't like Carlton at all, and I don't
You
think
don't like
that
Carlton?
he
Okay.
is Ted. Yeah, I don't think he's Ted's friend to begin with. I don't think that has nothing to do with it. I really don't.
You just don't like the. Okay. Is there anybody on the show that you kind of enjoy doing right now?
Huh?
Is there anybody on storyline or anything happening on the show that you are kind of drawn toward, interested in?
Mm, and now, no, this is like almost like I don't like the writing that they're doing. They need to be more like developed. It's like it takes each situation like case by case type of
Hmm.
situation. Like
Okay.
I am like super. I heard about Carlton from the very beginning. Everybody, Carlton. He seems very sneaky to me,
Hmm.
like from the beginning. And to me, he's always had it out for Nicole.
Hmm.
And so the whole situation with Ted kind of like played into Carlton's lap, like forget Nicole. And
Hmm.
I just don't see it. I really, and there's a difference between I'm interested in the situation with the whole Ashley, Danny, Andre, Shanice, Derek, and stuff. I'm interested and I like that. whole dynamic and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that I have to like what's going on the way it's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with the whole Thomas, whatever I was saying, Eric, Eva and Kat situation. I'm
Okay.
interested in that one as well.
Okay. Well,
But
what about let me ask you guys something because there was a lot happened this week, right? So what's you guys' theory on on Haley, Randy, Sammy's connection? Do you think there is a connection? And if so, what do you think that connection is? What are your theories?
I think there is a connection, but I don't know what the connection is. Now, it makes no sense. Danny offered to call 911. Haley just flatly said, no, no, no. If you're in that much of pain, you're cramping and you're bleeding, you wouldn't care who called 911. You just want help. Number two, this man out of all of the other people there said, oh, come on, ma'am, I will drive you. This And then on top of that, he came back to get her purse and her phone. And I wonder if she didn't leave her purse and her phone there on purpose. Another thing I cannot understand, if he drove her to the hospital, how did they get to the hospital, get through triage, and get seen and get back home before Bill left the airport? None of that makes no sense to me. And on top
Well,
of
that's what
that,
I'm saying. You got to get that scraping. They got to make
that's
sure you're
right.
not bleeding. You got to
That's
get it
right.
examined. They got to make
That's
sure
right.
maybe it was two babies in there. They
That's
don't
right.
know.
Because even if it was a complete abortion, if the whole product of conception came out, you've got to do a visualization of the uterus to make sure there was no retained placenta, nothing was left in there.
Right.
Normally, they would just do a DNC just to be sure. Sometimes, if the product of conception, they think the whole thing came out, they may just visualize it and go on. Now, how does she have time? That takes hours. You have general anesthesia. You have to go to recovery, and when all of this happens, this makes no kind of sense. Whoever did this, they should have contacted a gynecologist or just a regular doctor to find out what the procedure is after an abortion. That doesn't make any sense. Or miscarriage, I guess. It was a spontaneous abortion according to her, but we most people don't believe that she was even pregnant.
Now, here's the thing: unless it is that the reason why they left it like this was so that they would be able to punch holes in all of that later. That's the only way any of this will make sense, so that they can punch holes in it later.
But
Come to
even
find out you
Bill,
this, come to find out you that. But maybe right now, because you know how people when you could know somebody lying, but when somebody say something like a child and make it, you like, let me chill out for a minute.
yeah,
Let
but
me chill
even
out.
Bill, as sophisticated and worldly as Bill is, Bill can think on his feet. He didn't think when he went to the hospital and asked about his wife. Now you say that she has just miscarried. Why would you send her home? What about the bleeding? The pads have to be checked. If she started hemorrhaging at home, none of that made any kind of sense.
But we don't know yet if Bill did question that when he was at the hospital, because Bill is a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking to the
Yeah.
possibilities of maybe that did happen. Maybe Bill coming home playing crazy so he can find out what the heck is really going on up in here. You know what I'm saying? Because
I think that
sometimes you got to let people, you got to give them some more rope,
I think she's already come to her conclusion, but maybe that might be it.
Because my friend down in Texas, he always said, all right, I'll be your huckleberry.
Lord
So
have
maybe that's
mercy.
what Bill is like. I'll be your huckleberry. I play crazy. Let me take a second to welcome Hermione down to the comment section. We appreciate you for making a comment, but you know that officially makes you a gatekeeper, and welcome.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
Welcome Hermione down to the comment section. And their comment was Carlton is not a loyal friend or business partner for Ted to be trying to slide in and pursue a relationship with Nicole while she is in a vulnerable emotional state. People be trying to get what they can get when they can get it.
That's right.
You
I
know?
totally agree whoever that person is, because when people are emotionally disconnected, they're all over the place. They haven't grieved their losses, and they haven't looked at
Mm-mm.
what they lost, what they wish they could have done differently. And you just running in with a brand new person, it's no good. Now I do know of a person who apparently got engaged, I guess within a year or so after his wife passed away. But he didn't allow himself to go through the grieving process. I guess he kind of ran from the grieving process, and all that stuff came up later. This relationship didn't even work. They never made it to the altar. You need to really know who you are. You need to be in touch with yourself. Then you have that to offer, and let the other person see who you are. But you're going through all these emotions, and Nicole is a psychiatrist, going through all these emotions, and look at what Danny said. When they were teenagers, Nicole colored always within the lines. Now, how many people do you know can say they raised a teenager and they went down the line one, two, three, four, five, six, seven? Even the best of teenagers sometimes will give their parents some hard times as much as arguing with them. But Nicole just followed the rules all the time. She did what she deemed was always correct. Now she's got to get out of that mode, because she's so emotional now that she's on the other side. So who will be the real Nicole when
Mm-hmm.
when all of this clears up and she looks in the mirror and sees that new woman? She won't be the one before she found out Ted betrayed her. That's going to make some changes. But what kind of changes, and how and when will she be different?
Yeah, I was just saying that to somebody the other week that, once you go through a divorce, you don't know who you are after that. You're not the same person that went in
Mm-mm.
that comes out, because you're gonna leave a piece of yourself back there no matter how you slice it.
Yep, you're never the same
For
again.
the good or for the bad, you're not the same. It's something
Mm-mm.
you got yeah, I was like, so take some time to know who you are before you step forward and think you want to do something else. That's a good thing. Now Bobby Wabi said about Haley and Randy that they're either blood related or grew up in the same foster home, is what he's guessing.
Oh, okay.
I'm like that, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I think they connected. I don't know. Angelica said there's a way she went to the hospital, and you're absolutely right. They would have had at least get an ultrasound to make sure that all the fetal product was out of the uterus. And Belinda says she's proud of you guys for the 40 likes and 45 viewers. Keep it going.
Mm.
Um, exactly. I wasn't sloppy lazy. Wait, it was sloppy. Wait, I hope it wasn't sloppy lazy writing playing with our intelligence. Yeah, I think they're playing with our intelligence, because ain't nothing about this writing been sloppy so far. There's a reason for it all. Even when something's slow, they rev it up and it goes fast later on, and you're like, wait a minute, how did that become that?
It's like I said, the producers are playing the long game with these storylines.
Because who would have thought that Shanice would have been looking at Derek? I thought she would have been looking at Andre.
Yeah, but you know what, Shanice, though, I really have to pull off my hat and give it to her. She made it quite clear to Derek that she's not going to be the crumbs, and she would have to be the whole meal. And she's not looking for someone just to have benefits with. And if she's going to be a part of a relationship, it has to be for real. She's no more play acting. And I really like that about her. We look at her a lot of times, and I always think, when I see her, and oh, she had on some scrubs the other day. I mean, they were showing everything, and I
Hmm.
always think about you with those scrubs. But
Hmm.
but she's not a fast girl. I don't think. I think she has some morals.
Yeah, yeah, I think she does. I think she does have some work, because she's like, listen, I'm not trying to mess up my job or make it uncomfortable for nobody at work. And she's like,
Yeah,
besides, I'm not nobody's seconds, no way.
that's right.
She's
I
That's
like,
never
right.
so
got
yeah.
me to fast or anything like that, to be honest with you. I
Wait,
was
wait, I
talking,
can't, I can't hardly hear you, Sean B.
I was saying that I never got the, can you hear me okay now?
Hold on, let me see something here. Okay, so talk again.
I said, can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little better. Uh-huh.
Okay. I was saying I never got that feeling that Shanice was fast or anything. I always thought that, matter of fact, I think she's more than that I could be.
Mm-hmm.
especially way that Ashley kept coming at her and stuff like that. And she's the
Uh-huh.
supervisor and stuff like that. She's very, very nice. She's not gossipy stuff
Hey,
like that.
Sean, I'm
Hmm.
gonna mute you up for a second.
Okay.
Wait. You mute for a second because whatever
Okay.
your daughter's doing in the background, I don't think you want that on the internet. So once she's finished, then come back. Okay. All right. So Belinda Hill says Naomi will eventually tell Bill once she confirms her suspicion. I feel Naomi didn't want to say anything right then, seeing how distraught he is, thinking Haley had just had a miscarriage.
That's right.
And
And you know,
Angelica, I'm sorry, go ahead.
it was amazing to see that side of Bill. I mean, we know him as in the courtroom. We know that he will do whatever it takes to win, even on skating on the legal side. But last night I saw a completely broken man. I just wanted to take him and just hug him and hold him. He was that part of him came out, and it was kind of nice to see that part of him. Not always winning and controlling and doing all these things. He was at a point where he couldn't control this. I can't make it right. And his daughter hugging him meant so much to him. I just love those interactions between Naomi and her dad. I mean, even though Bill has done wrong, he's still her father. And I'm so glad she was able to hold him last night.
Hmm. Now, Angelica says Randy and Haley are not connected from their childhood because Doug would have said that because Doug and Randy grew up together. That's a good point.
Okay.
Hmm. Hermione says she didn't have a miscarriage. She had a miscarriage of justice. What does that mean? I just want to make sure I understand what you mean. Tell me what you mean because I don't know what you mean by that. Because I could take that two ways. So tell me the way that you mean it. Hmm. What do you all think? Well, that doesn't really matter. I was going to ask you that, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm not going to ask y'all that one. So let me see what else we got on here that happened this week. Do you think that Elon is crooked, or do you think Elon has been undercover for years? Or do you just think Elon is crooked, or do you think something else is going on?
I think he's crooked because why he knows Marcel is killing these people up and he's letting them get away. And he told Jacob that the investigation was closed, capped, nothing else. Leave it alone. And if he didn't watch himself, he would be on, I think it's a suspension. So why are you that adamant about something if you're not a part of it?
Hmm. I don't know. Sometimes this is just from watching cop shows, but sometimes they have to watch crimes go on when they have somebody under investigation. They just can't put their hand in it. So I was thinking to myself today because of something that Randy said when he said he's got a lot of cops at his disposal.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, what if Jacob Daddy has been cleaning up the corruption with the policemen and he's been undercover doing so for a while to catch all these different people?
I don't know, but you remember when they first came on, Joey took money from, oh, not Joey, Marcel took money from Joey, and that's when Jacob caught on something wasn't right. You remember in the alley, he took
Hmm.
money. Yeah, he took money from him then. So if they are in on it, are they just going to let Joey continue to make money and launder money and get away before they do anything about it?
I'm going to tell you why. When I was working for Nordstrom, if an employee was stealing, right, instead of them coming and saying, oh, you stole a scarf, you stole a hat, that's not what they would do. They would let the person continue to steal and steal and steal because the more you steal, the bigger the charge. It
Oh,
can go from a petty theft to grand theft.
oh
So they
my
will let it grow and grow and grow to now you because you think you're getting away with it. So now you done stole 10,000 worth of stuff, 15,000 worth
Oh,
of stuff,
gee.
25,000 worth of stuff. So it's like the more they let it go, the bigger the charge, and the more stuff he does, the more charges they can put on him.
Well, that's a different way to look at it. And but do you think then that Doug thinks he's in with the policeman? Remember, Marcel, Smitty, Daddy Vernon, and all met together as a team when they were discussing what to do with Bubba. Remember? So would Marcel be covered by Elon? Elon knows Marcel is a bad cop because when they discovered that money, remember Elon is mad about Jacob just going into that account and finding out about Marcel's money when he and Smitty were doing all this investigation. So do you think Elon is aware of Marcel and Marcel killing up all these people?
Well, I think this is what I think because this just dawned on me, right? Why would Elon assign a dirty, dirty cop to his son? I don't think he would. I
Okay.
think that him and Marcel are undercover. I think that the money they've been getting, they've been putting away for evidence. And I think that some of these people that we think are gone are not gone.
Oh, okay.
They may be in police protection.
Because I remember Marcel when Doug and Vanessa were in the international airport, and Marcel went to get the man that was on tonight, Doug's friend, and was told him he was going to take a ride with him. Remember, they brought him back and pleaded in the front of Joey. And so Jody finally let Vanessa have her way and told him to disappear and get out of his sight.
Mm-hmm.
So Marcel was going to take him for a ride, but he never got a chance to get in the car with them because Vanessa and Doug were there, and they apprehended him and brought him back with them.
Hmm. I think that that whole thing that Jacob and his daddy went through yesterday was also probably had a lot of key moments in it as well. Whereas these are things that Jacob is going to end up eating those words down the line. Where it's like, so now you understood that you didn't know what you were saying because his daddy gave him a good reading down
Yeah.
yesterday.
And he really did. And Jacob deserved that for this reason. He let Kat run his business. Kat had no business with all the stuff she was doing. He never asked Kat, how did that evidence get back into Leslie's apartment? How did she get the evidence? Nothing. He let that go. But then also he pointed out, and as much as I love Nicole, that Nicole, that was witnesses in the cafe that saw Nicole lunch at Leslie, but you
Mm-hmm.
didn't bring her down to the office, and he
Mm-hmm.
made that right. But now he said also when Danny did the the two pow pows at the
Mm-hmm.
wedding, you didn't bring her down until later on. She turned herself in. So
Mm-hmm.
you, all of us who live in a human body, if we're not careful, we can be prejudiced towards certain people. Why didn't you do with Nicole? Why didn't you bring her down to the police station? You didn't bring her down. And even though there were people in the restaurant, and also they could have pulled the tape to prove what she did, but they let her
Mm-hmm.
get away with it. So Elon, I think, really did read Jacob right. Jacob is afraid of losing his wife, and you see, anytime you're working in law enforcement, and you have something that you can lose that you're afraid of, it will hold you back. His wife did not sleep with him when he put the handcuffs on her mom, and he's probably afraid to get involved with the Duprees.
Mm-hmm.
But they could
Now,
send another officer to arrest him.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be him.
Mm-hmm. Now, Angelica says Elon is old school and that blue wall is very important to them. So even if he's not crooked, he would not go against his brothers in blue. Bobby Wobby says Elon said more yesterday than he did since the show started. That's very true. Talking all in his voice like that. And Belinda Hill says, have y'all seen the movie Deep Cover? That was one of my favorite movies. Elon and Marcel could be working undercover. Right. That's what I'm saying, because that's exactly the movie that I thought about was Deep Cover. Because once they go into certain kind of investigations like that, they have to go all the way in. All the way in. There's only a certain few things that they can't do, but other than that, they have to stand there while people get pow. They have to stand there while people get thrown in rivers, and all they can do is make note of it because they got to be undercover for a long time. Bobby Wobby says, if Elon undercover, it makes no sense to approach Joey like he's a suspect. That could be true. The way Elon spoke to Jacob revealed volumes. Jacob will eat his words later. That's what I thought. That stuck with me the same way it did when they said to Eva, "You will never be a Dupree," and I'm like, "And she
Absolutely.
gonna be a Dupree."
Hmm.
Yep. And then Victor said to Kane on the Young Russell that you'll never have Chancellor, which means that Kane will probably eventually possess Chancellor Industries.
Hmm.
The
So
magic word I keep telling my mom is the word never. If you say something that's never gonna happen in a soap opera, that means it's going to happen eventually.
Well, do you think Bubba is maybe possibly alive somewhere?
yeah, it could be. He could be in witness protection.
Okay.
Hmm. Because you know how the police, they find out sometimes that somebody like tried to put a hit out on their mate, and then they'll bring in a picture and look like the person gone, and they'll be like, "Oh, my husband." Oh, and then they'll
Yeah.
tell her, "Yeah, you know that you put a hit out on your husband," and they be like, "Wait, what?" So I just think it's something bigger than this coming down the turnpike. I really do.
Well,
I
I'm
really do.
glad that you're able to see it from a broader point of view, and I think you have more experience watching those types of movies than I do,
I'm just
because that.
suspicious. I'm just suspicious by nature.
Well, if you're suspicious, can you tell me what in the world would Doug's friend come back when Vanessa and Doug pleaded before, well Vanessa did plead before Doug, not to have him pow pow. Why would you come back and go to Over Jeans to buy biscuits?
I think that what Doug said, he dropped a hint when he said that's the kind of stuff you do for a woman. And so I think that that's true. I think that Randy came back here for a woman, and I think that woman was Haley. I think that when Haley was making them phone calls, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" I think she was talking to Randy.
Oh my
Um,
God.
that's just what I feel. And what their connection is, and I hope there is one, because like I said, I would like to see this character be able to play a softer side, a romantic side, where he ain't got to be, always the
Killing.
person.
Oh,
Right, right. I want to
Papa.
see him. Yeah, I want to see him play a softer side, because a lot of
Yeah.
times as black actors, especially black men, they don't get a chance to play these other kind of roles of
Yes.
comedy, love interest, blah blah. So I hope he gets a
Right.
chance to explore that side too.
Yes, and I do too. But I do, even though we know you reap what you sow. And this might sound crazy, but I really am hating to see when Bill's eyes come open, and
Mm,
he finally what he left
mm,
to
mm, mm.
marry and what he has now. That's going to be a revelation for him.
It's going to happen because I think at this point, the question is, how do you all see Haley now?
I'm just so disgusted with her. She's a liar and she's a schemer. And I believe she has some long game. I don't know. I can't figure out what it is because, like Naomi said to her, like Naomi said about her, okay, so you got the man, you got the mama's man, and Bill seemed to be, as far as we can tell, he seemed to not cheat on her. Now you got the ring, you've got the unlimited credit card, but you also got, somebody mentioned, $1 million burial insurance. So what could you be? What, this is what I can't figure out. What could
Mr.
she be aiming for? You have $1 million burial insurance, you have an unlimited card, and then you've got the ring, and the man is just head over heels for you.
Hmm.
So, as Naomi calls it, lovey dovey. So what could it be? What is her motive?
Hmm. Belinda Hill makes a good point. She says, "When I was growing up, old folks used to tell me, never say never because you don't know how you're going to react until you're in that position." That's true.
That's
Until you walking in somebody's shoes, you don't know what it's like. But I tell you one further than that. You can walk in my shoes and walk the same mile in my shoes, but was it raining that day for you? Were there dogs loose on the day you was walking? Was there people robbing folks on the road when you was walking that mile I walked? In
Mhm.
other words, you can walk the same mile, but you still may not have the same experience. You still may not, go through what I went through and walk the same mile.
And
You
because
just
you have different personalities,
right.
you're gonna experience different things.
Hmm. But this whole why she faked this pregnancy. I mean, I can't wait for this to unravel because it's not to make Haley a horrible person, a bad person, because all of them got some issues, right? But
Absolutely.
it's this is the first time we're getting a look into anything about who she is, why she is, what in the world is going on here.
I agree because I feel that they've been spinning their wheels with Haley until this fake pregnancy came to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And Naomi made a good point. Okay, you're already sitting in the pretty. Now she married a man who has a grown family. So if she's not, Naomi didn't say this, these are my words. If she's not able to produce, he already has experienced fatherhood. You've got
Mm-hmm.
an unlimited credit card. You probably have a driver. You have a $1 million burial insurance. So you have all the clothes you will ever wear. What would motivate you to lie about a pregnancy?
I don't know. Angelica says, I think Elon and Vernon Dupree are very much alike in that they think as long as they are doing something for the greater good, it is excused. That could be true. That's the way they reason with themselves. Randy Sammy came back because Haley needed him. I agree with that. I agree this history between Haley and Randy is that who she's been talking to on the phone.
Well,
Uh,
he must really care a lot about her because
mm-hmm.
if Doug gives you a warning to stay out of his sight and you're gonna go and have biscuits at O for G's, you have I don't you must have a death wish.
Although it was commented, let me try to find this comment right quick. It was commented yesterday that, hold on one second, let me pull it up. So I want to make sure I saw what I saw. Okay. So hopefully this thing don't start playing, which it probably is. I want to get to these comments. Okay, so it was commented that Randy is single. So he's not married to anybody. Because I first thought that Joey had said take your wife and go. So
Well,
but it was commented that Randy is single. And then it was commented that Randy has a son with his ex who
oh,
Joey threatened. We
okay.
don't know if it's his ex-girlfriend or his ex-wife.
Because I remember Doug saying that he did have children and a woman, but I don't know if they were legally married or they were just living together or they have just had a relationship as a girlfriend and boyfriend. But I do remember saying about his children because remember he was supposed to be taking money to go to Disney World. And when they found him, he was in the international airport.
I'm sorry, I had kicked myself out the studio. But anyway, the actor that plays Randy commented that yesterday.
So he does admit that his character has children.
Yeah, the character has a son.
Okay.
See, he's just repeating what's been said on the show in case we missed it. So he commented
Okay.
yesterday and said, um, he commented on yesterday's video. So he said, Randy is not married. And then he said, Randy has a son. We don't know if that's with an ex girlfriend or an ex wife.
I see.
Zip lips is what he got up there. Zip
Oh,
lips.
okay, because I remember they did say he said a woman. I remember Joey saying a woman and and I guess in a son or he might have said son or child or child. But so we don't know if they're married, but he
Mm-hmm.
does have a child. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
that makes it even more dangerous for him to do the kind of work that he's doing. You have a family, they could come after your girlfriend and your son.
Mm-hmm. There's the bomb. So what's the point in faking a pregnancy though? Well, one thing it got her was some money put in an account that only her name is covering. I know that. And what was that, $1 million?
$1 million burial insurance, but she also has an unlimited credit card,
Well,
even
not
prior
only
to
that, Bill started an account for
the baby.
college,
Yeah.
and he put only her name on it.
Oh my God.
And so I was trying to find out, can you insure a baby before it's born?
I don't know.
Wait, we got to Google that. Hold on. No, we got to Google that. I don't think you can, but
He was starting
Can
to
you
call it.
insure a baby before it's born? While you can't directly purchase life insurance for an unborn baby, you can take steps to prepare their health insurance needs after birth. Health insurance plans typically cover newborns under the parent's plan. Okay, all right. So I'm thinking that it's saying no.
Okay.
But even still, what he did do was open that account for because he said there's more than enough money in there for the baby to have a full ride to college.
Oh, okay. So he started a college account for the baby.
He started a college account for the baby and put only her name on it.
But see, this is another thing too, and I don't know if this is a middle-age crisis. You had everything, and we don't know what his life was like with Danny, because sometimes I think when men marry into
Hmm.
a well-developed family where everybody's just kind of within the walls, it might take some of his manhood away because the father-in-law is going to want to be more of the head of the whole thing, and a man wants his wife to lean and depend upon him. So everything might not have been perfect for Bill, but he comes along with this woman. As far as we can tell, you don't cheat on her. She's just the apple of your eye, and you would bend over to give her anything. When this woman leaves you, or when all of this comes to a head, you're going to be a very hurt person.
Hmm. Now, Hermione says Haley intended to befriend Naomi, move in, and break up Bill and Danny's marriage from the beginning. Her faked pregnancy to keep Bill is going to backfire. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Hermione also says, I don't know if Bill and Danny will ever get back together, but Danny will be justified when the truth comes out about Haley's lies. Haley can't have children, and all otherwise she would have to keep the fake. Wait a minute. Haley can't have children at all, otherwise she would have to fake the pregnancy. Plus, she's young enough to have children. She faked it because she's afraid Danny might get him back.
Oh
It could
my
be
God.
true. That's true that Randy has a whole family because, wait, that's true that Randy has a whole family because that was his concern when Joey was going to get rid of him. Danny is still with the woman because he mentioned a family. Well, he might have just meant family as far as his child and his woman, but the character said, the person who plays the character says, Randy ain't married, but he could have an ex and still referring to her as
Oh,
family.
okay.
Uh huh. Now, Bill took out a $10 million life insurance policy and named only Haley as the beneficiary. That's on him, right? So that's why I'm saying, is she the reason why he started having issues? We don't know. T. Foxworthy says, on surface level, Haley faked her pregnancy for attention and competing with Danny, Chelsea, and Naomi. T. Foxworthy, I think you're also new down to the comments. Let us know if you are. Belinda Hill says, don't forget Bill took out $1 million insurance policy because he wanted to make sure Haley and the baby was taken care of. Angelica said it was $10 million. And the episode where he had the stroke and returned home from the hospital.
I remember being, I think it was $1 million, but it might, that's what I remember.
This is a
Whether,
question I asked earlier. They said episode 64 is when Bill had the stroke. So didn't Haley, because she bought that sonogram to the hospital while he was in there, right? So didn't Haley have the incident with Danny after that
she
at
had the
her
incident
house?
with, yes, she had it afterwards, and this has not happened. She was acting like she was pregnant and all of that while he was in the hospital. But then Bill stopped over Danny's house one day, and they just had like a sit down, friend to friend talk. And I think Miss Jen, that's when you said that you saw them like still caring about each other, and
Hmm.
you thought it would go further. Well, I don't know who told Haley about it, but Haley went over to see Danny. Danny didn't go looking for Haley, but then when Haley got over there and didn't like the answers that Danny was giving her, and the conversation evolved into something she did not like, then she started talking about she was in trouble and she was crapping, she was doing all of this, and that Danny had put her under all this stress. But Danny did not go to her house; she went to Danny's house. That's when Danny brought her to the hospital. Now she's
Mhm.
put all this on Danny with the stress, but actually, Danny is not always the one that's the. Most of the time, Danny doesn't bother Haley if Haley doesn't say anything to her. So I think Haley is just threatened by Danny in some sense.
Well, she should be. She took that woman's husband.
That's right.
And so you should be nervous because it's not like Danny was unattractive. It's not like
That's
Danny's
right.
stupid. It's not like Danny's any of those things. Okay, hold on. Yes, new in your comments. That's just one reason I mentioned. Okay, so we got to welcome you, T. Foxworthy. That makes you an official gatekeeper over here. So welcome down to the comments.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
Y'all share y'all crumpets with T. Foxworthy now. But yeah, I was like, let me see if I can remember that. But yeah, I think that's right. So she's lying all the way around. So when you went
Yep.
to the hospital with Bill, you had already pulled the sonogram. It wasn't after you had the accident that you pulled the sonogram. You showed it to him again at home after you had the incident with Danny. But you was lying then.
See, that's the whole thing. When Danny took her to the hospital, remember the nurse took her the wheelchair away from Danny, so Danny didn't get a chance to go back to the exam room. But Ashley asked that nurse. We don't see her anymore. She was a tall, slender nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley asked that nurse about the sonogram, and the nurse said she declined it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she told Bill that it was okay, and they were
Mm-hmm.
going to email it to her because they had some technical problem. And I
Mm-hmm.
never heard of anybody emailing it to you. They give you a copy right while you're there,
Mm-hmm.
because
Right.
the
It ain't
machine.
like it take a whole lot to print one out.
That's right.
You
That's
can get
right.
a few copies if you want them.
That's right. That's what
And
she
then they email them to you.
That's what she said. She was going to have him. They were going to email it to her. But probably what happened is that she got it offline, and she had uh, Tomas. Tomas must have been at the desk or when the mail came in, because Tomas delivered it to Bill, and poor Bill. I felt so sorry for him. He's carrying that picture around in this attaché case. That is so
Hmm.
sad. That is really, of course, you reap what you sow. But I
Yeah, he
really,
had it coming too.
yes, yeah.
He got it coming too. So that's just that. All right, now for these two chats that we got, we didn't make five, but we did get two. I want to say thank you to the two people who gave us the super chats. I said your name earlier. Let me see if I can find them because once these comments go so long, let me see if I can scroll up here and find them again. Hold on. Is that the top? How did I pass them up already? Hold on. Y'all know sometimes this thing don't show me everything. It do what it want to do. Uh-oh. Wait. How am I not seeing it? Hold on. Let me try one more time. It's two starred. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. Jazzy Poetress 1 and Angelica both gave $2 super stickers. So thank you guys very much. I thought I would try out a new song. I hope they don't flag me. I'm not trying to claim that I own it. I just like the song. If I can't use it, sir, ma'am, miss, just let me know and I will strike it down immediately. But please, you ain't got to do that to me because I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to have fun over here. That's all. I ain't about to lie. Now that song be making me feel like I'm doing something. I'm over here. I'm over here with the ugly face and all dancing. Okay. I done tickled myself. But anyway, I'm gonna see what happens with that one. If they'll let me, if they do it the same way as they do the other one, meaning that I have to pay something to the person, then so be it. But I like that one too, and I like the old song as well. All right, all right. Let me see. I don't want to have missed anything. So today we had Okay, so let's cover this right quick. Why is Haley lying like this? Is she a little touched?
I don't think so. I think Haley is demonic. She's got
Ooh,
some issues.
girl.
Yep,
What you
she's
say?
got she's got some issues. Some,
Uh-oh. Okay.
and she's obsessed too with Danny. She needs to get on and live her life. She's obsessed with Danny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or you know what? Or some would say, and the real talk was saying, she'd be like, "No, no, Danny is obsessed with them." So,
I
and I
know.
know that that could be true on both ends. They both might be obsessed with each other. But
Absolutely.
the thing is, I can understand Danny being obsessed with Haley, and I can understand Haley being obsessed with Danny because they obsessed with each other for separate reasons. I took your man. I don't know if I'm able to keep your man. I don't know
That's
if God
right.
about to come back in and get me. What did he? See, because once you steal something, girl, you can't never rest no more.
That's right. That's right.
You can't rest after you steal now.
That's
And
right.
then with Danny, she still, because it was with no warning for her. She's like, what does he want with her? I mean, I know she's young and whatever, and blah 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 blah. Blah. But you can't you can't be stealing like that.
That's right.
46 watching and 45 likes. Now that's what I'm
Oh, that's
talking
yeah.
about. Okay. We're gonna if we get let me see if we can get let me look at it. Okay, if we get them to match with that one last holdout that ain't hit the like button, and you may not even realize this, maybe you got two devices on. Linda, I think it's you. I don't know if you done liked it on all the devices, Linda. Hit it on one more device. Wait, it could be me. Let me see. Let me go on my other device. I might be the holdout person. Hold on while I'm talking about everybody else. Okay, let's see. I had something I was waiting to play for our 100. Linda said, it ain't me. Get what she said. Don't be blaming her. Well, on my thing, wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. I see I'm about to get the line. Had a Lord be done smoked me for sitting up here telling the tale. Okay, so over here it says 46. Okay, 47 likes, 49 watching is what it says. Haley sought out Danny at the Uptown bar and restaurant. Yes, she sure did. Staged the miscarriage. Yes, she did. And accused her of causing her to lose the baby. And then all of a sudden, Randy up in there. Randy Salmon gonna show up. You take me to the doctor. I don't want her to touch me. I'm afraid
Yeah.
of her. It was such bad
Yeah.
acting.
Pitiful, pitiful, pitiful.
Since we made 50 on in the watching, I'm gonna play my video I have for y'all when we hit 100. So since we hit half of that, I'm gonna play my little video. Hold on, let me take these comments down.
Check it. Check it. Check it out. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it out. Check it out.
Y'all better know big girls rule. Anyway, that's my celebration video for when we got people in the chat. We got people in the chat. We got people in the chat. Give it jazz hands, okay? Anyway, this week was too much for time. But what y'all think Ashley gonna do now that she done walked in on Andre?
I don't know.
Girl, she gonna go running back to Derek now? Derek,
No,
tell
I
me
hope we
no,
don't
what?
see
no,
Ashley for a
no.
long time. I hate weeks where the focus is either Ashley or Chelsea. We've had 2 weeks now where Ashley appeared in 4 episodes, and we have 1 week where Chelsea appeared in 4 episodes with her girl Madison. I don't like those weeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Y'all. Well, you gotta have those weeks though. You gotta have those weeks though.
I think for Chelsea, I mean not Chelsea. I think with Ashley, now it's going to throw her into a circle because see, first of all, she wants the life that Andre has described. She loves the idea of flying all over the country, being a travel nurse, jumping to parties, and being able to be with the big boys and the big girls. But she also knows there would probably never be a life to raise children, to have a stable home, to have the kind of a life that she grew up with. But she wants it. It's attractive to her right now. So I
Mm-hmm.
hope and pray that Derek will not be a consolation prize. Like he told her mother, it's done. He got on his knees. He went back the second time. She walked off. And today was the third time. So he said he's done. And I hope he is.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with my mom.
Mr. Raven Maniac
Derek needs to
says we.
find someone else.
Mr. Raven Maniac says we should have some sympathy for Danny because Haley stole her husband, and now Haley has Danny distraught for causing her a mischievous miscarriage for baby Invisalign.
Well, I do have empathy for Danny. I was talking about Ashley. Oh
No,
yes,
no,
I do.
he was just commenting, I think, from earlier.
Yeah, I have empathy for Danny, and I think Danny never really got through the grieving process of letting Bill go. Because when you get
Mm-hmm.
to the process where you can let them go, you can sit down and talk to them. You can drive them to urgent care. You can do almost anything. They can become a friend. They'll always be a part of your life, but you don't have that emotional hold. But that place in her heart still belongs to Bill.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Raven Maniac, this
I
why I
think he
be in
was
the
being
house
sarcastic.
hiding. Mr. Raven Maniac, this why I be staying in the house hiding.
Oh my God.
Okay. It was episode 76 when Bill was in his living room and took out a $10 million life insurance with his wife Haley as the sole beneficiary. So that was shortly after she had showed him that um thing, right? Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I imagine Bill does want a son, because men like to have their name to live on. But of course, the way they do things today, some women are keeping their own names, and their children may still carry the family name. But I imagine he would want a son. And I think while men see their daughters as baby dolls, they see a son they can roughhouse with and talk sports with and do things with. So I think he looked forward to having a son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he does too. I think he does too. But this was quite a week. It was
Oh
quite a
yeah.
week. I mean, I
Oh
was texting my cousin. I'm like, girl, the way my mouth just flew open, the way
yeah.
I was just like, oh,
It was quite a week, and I am so thankful that Cat was off all except Monday. I'm so thankful that it was just so pleasant not to have her on the screen. But of course, you were supposed to be doing Cat. Remember, you said you were gonna look at things from Cat's perspective.
girl, I ain't even had time, but I'm going to. We're gonna dive into
Yeah.
each one of these characters one at a time.
Yes. Yes.
Bill, Haley Crazy Tail, Leslie, and now that Leslie's kinfolk, now that her kinfolk done showed up, looking tired. She looked like, girl, I'm tired. I've been riding on the bus all the way up here.
Oh,
The
Lord
outfit
have
is given.
mercy.
I took the bus, baby.
And then Leslie said, "Oh, Leslie was just caught off guard."
That wig and that bag is saying I took the bus up here.
Yes, yes.
Hmm. I'm not
I
kidding.
enjoyed
Okay, so
this
let's
week.
look. So let's hit this theory. Who is this woman, y'all? Who this lady?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it's someone that Leslie thought she left behind.
Girl, you ain't leave her far enough behind, girl. You know, people can always smell when you done came into some money.
Maybe it's her mother, Leslie's
It's
mother.
it's somebody. You think that
It could be because on Days of Our Lives we saw Paulina's mother, and Paulina's mother was played by a 227 actress.
So, but if this is Leslie's mother,
Leslie
you
says, "Sweet baby Jesus." I don't know.
you don't want to say that because it sounds almost like blasphemy. What?
I said, girl,
I hope it's
who
Leslie's
is
mama,
this? I
Oh
hope it
Lord.
is too.
Oh God, have
so
mercy.
she can come
I
check
don't
her
even
daughter.
know what it's gonna mean if it's her mama. Mm, mm, mm. So y'all think it's her mama? If it's not her mama, give me a second theory on who you think she is.
Or her sister.
And she look a little long in the tooth to be her sister, don't she? Don't she? Or is it just me? I'm saying I know it's makeup they got on her and stuff, but I'm saying,
Lord have mercy.
Mm,
I'm telling y'all, this lady here look like she about to bring some Esther antics to the show. She
Yeah.
about to be calling people names and swinging that purse at people. It's about to get good. I can
I
tell.
hope so.
Oh wow. Well, anyway, let me clean up. Let me finish up some more of these comments, and I guess I'll get ready to get out of here. Let me see now. He took out the policy after he was released from the hospital. He was still walking with a cane. Episode 76. You know you're hilarious. Cuz not the bus. Girl, that lady is giving I came on the Greyhound. The writers could create a song for Bill from a former relationship. That's true. I fell out when Leslie said sweet baby Jesus. I did too. It was the way she said it, like good googly moogly. I was like, I said, oh no. The producers really know how to string us along with these weekly cliffhangers. They do. And sometimes it seems like they be spoon feeding dramatic daily cliffhangers. They do. Bobby Wobby says she a lady from the church. Linda said, I hope she do swing her pocketbook. First, Ashley wasn't ready for Derek. Now she isn't ready for Andre. Not what see, she was ready. But then she went over there and he was getting ready with somebody else.
Lord have mercy.
I
I
was ready
think,
for you to read that comment because I
oh,
so agree. This her
really?
me on. Oh my God.
Uh-uh.
Thank her for that. Yeah. I love what she said.
Sure.
She won't ever be ready to, to marry anyone
Anyone.
because she is full of herself. That's why I don't like
She's
Ashley.
flighty. She's flighty.
Yes.
She's
And
flighty.
ugh, she's
Now
She
I
annoying.
wouldn't
Oh
is.
want her
God.
no nurse.
She
I
is.
want a nurse message. She can't be my nurse.
She's a
Yeah.
typical. She's a typical blank girl.
Hmm.
Yes.
Mm.
That's like,
I
oh,
think the woman that came to the door put a lot of fear in Leslie, and she knows exactly who she is and can expose
Yeah.
everything about her, even that she's not Eva's mother.
Uh huh.
Grandmama be like, look, and she look like she the kind that's religious, and she gonna be like, now I'm not the setup. I ain't about to set up here and lie. I'm not gonna lie for you, Craig. I'm not gonna lie for you, girl. I'm not about to sit here and smoke the name of the Lord. That she about to bring it. She about to bring it.
Yes. Yes.
Miss Jen not long in the tooth. Well, she is too long in the tooth to be Les's mama the way they got her made up. Because this could be a younger woman, you know how to, but with makeup, they can make actresses look old. Because you can already see this wig she got on. It's not something this lady would be wearing in real life. It's not. That ain't something she'd be wearing. Let me tell y'all a story about this very wig right here, right? So what had happened was I had my hair cut in a pixie cut and I loved it, right? Then I didn't want to cut my hair, so I was like, I'm gonna get one of these wigs. So I'm out here thinking I'm dipping it and doing it in this wig, but mine was black and had no gray in it though. So I'm thinking I'm dipping it and doing it. I'm going to the hospital to see my friend. And this lady who was clearly about 78, 79. Wait, what is that? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hello? Okay, I had to mute you, Sean, because whatever that was in the background is what's coming from you. Okay, so anyway, this lady who was about 78, 79, clearly, right? She gonna say to me, we elderly people got to stick together. I was like, hold on, who is we? Do I have to tell you? And I left there that day feeling good in that wig. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of that. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of me in that wig, right? I was feeling good. She just messed up my whole day. I was like, wait, what now? She just talking to me like, what? Girl, she messed me up with that one. I can't even tell no tale. She did and did. Hmm. Oh, so what about Tomas and what's her name in that slow dragon? He can't dance. And she was like, if you can't dance together,
You know, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
either.
Kat is just she's just over the top. And I'm so thankful she didn't get a lot of screen time. But I look forward to your analysis of her, Miss Jen. Jen, I do look forward to your
I
Of
book.
do
woman,
too.
of woman in the wig.
No,
No, of
Kat.
Cat.
Oh well, see, now I had heard that myself that you could tell a lot by somebody by the way they dance. I heard that, and he got two left feet on the dance floor.
And so does Cat.
Her too, but she was like, "But you should know how to lead, sir." So she ain't. I don't know what to make out of them. I don't.
I,
I just need her to go and get him the Tomas, give him the, give him the Tomas, get Tomas the cat. I mean to Eva.
somebody said, and I'm not sure if it was online or not, that she only became intimate with him because she didn't want Eva to have him.
Mm,
She's hanging on to him. I don't think he's really what she wants now. Mm-mm.
mm,
At first, she might have been. He might have been. She might have thought. Even Bill told Tomas, that was his niece, and Bill was all for it. But if you want to keep up the family and keep the career level up, lawyer and that kind of a thing, that might have been one thing. But I don't think there's any chemistry between those two.
mm-hmm. Oh, I see Sean drop down. Sean, when you listen back to the broadcast later, then you hear what was going on in the background. But I wouldn't silence you just to silence you, because I don't do that over here now. But yeah, that there was interesting. And okay, and Dr. Nicole is it done served Ted?
Yes, yes, she has.
Well,
And I
y'all don't
think
feel
I
bad
think
for Ted?
Well, I think this might have been premature. I do believe that, first of all, I do not believe that Ted has shown a lot of protection for his wife because when he was standing in the door and he saw how Leslie was probing and probing and probing until she hit the right nerve where Nicole went off. A man who was in charge and cared about the protection of his wife would have walked over to his wife and said, "We're leaving. Let's get out of here." He would have led her away. They could have coffee someplace else. But he stood there until Nicole lunged at Leslie. Then he went over there to help. And I really believe that he wants his wife back. I believe that he, in his own mind, loves her, but he's just not showing the kind of behavior that a man who desperately wants to save his family, he doesn't act like it. Now, when it comes to Eva, he really acts like he wants to get to know her. He really acts like he wants to be a loving father, and he's very remorseful for all the time he lost with her. But he just is not showing a lot of behavior that would indicate that his wife is very important to him and the first person in his life.
Hmm. Yeah, Ted. I don't know. Ted just done confused me. I was riding so hard for them at first, like, oh, they such a cute little couple. They was just nauseatingly, you know, in your face with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I know when they first came over, everything about her. And I think one thing about him, that other Ted celebrated her so much. And everything was just like he wanted everything to just be perfect for her. But once he made the mistake of what he made, you can't go back and erase it. But I haven't seen them put forth any effort to sit down, to even talk about therapy, to do anything that would indicate that you're ready to either let it go or try to reclaim it back. So how you just gonna stay in limbo and a marriage is going to survive?
Hmm. I don't know how you gonna be over Leslie messing with her and you gonna survive with you ain't gonna survive. We ain't
and
gonna make it, sir.
letting Leslie in your house.
You let me hear you over there messing with Leslie and see what happened. Uh-uh. And you
No.
done, like I said, Leslie done been over. He done been in Leslie's company more than he done been in Dr. Nicole.
Yep, Leslie went over there and got in, and then he had to give us. What did he give her? Water or something one time? She was not feeling
I
well, and
don't care if she was walking through the desert land for 30 days and 30 nights and seen a scorpion and got bit by got bit by a cat. You better not give her a morsel.
I know, I know.
You better not.
And that's
You
when
better not.
Kat, remember, Kat went over there to have a father-daughter evening with him, and she got over there and saw Leslie, and she stormed out.
Mm-mm.
And I can't blame her for that. But Leslie is the kind of a person that if you entangles with her, you just it takes all day to outthink her. She's always now. Who would have ever thought that taking uh, Eva's ticket? Now she might have just been taking it because she really wanted to be there, but then to understand that she took the ticket where daddy and daughter were supposed to be sitting with the family. Now, do
Mhm.
you know how that would have looked if poor Ted? I'm so glad that he knew their tickets were going to be side by side, because if he had a shown, if he had a shown up, and the two of them were sitting up there with the family, and he's sitting up there with her like she's his wife.
Very true. So at least he was smart enough to duck out of that.
Yep. And he had to watch it online. He didn't get a chance to watch it in person.
But again, Ted brought this all himself because he decided to. I mean, he decided to cheat on his wife.
Not yet. If he'd have sat down somewhere.
And then he brought himself when he didn't defend Nicole at Orphe Jeans. And on top of that, he didn't do a good job of the performance itself because he actually withheld information. He
And,
knew that Leslie was going to be at the party, no warning. So Nicole got caught by surprise.
but on top of that, what I didn't like about it at Over Jeans, he went there to have coffee with his wife, and after this interaction between Leslie and Nicole, Leslie pretended that something was wrong with her trachea or her throat or something, and he ended up driving her home. I can't believe you drove this woman home. You give her Uber.
And we still don't know what happened when you took her home.
They never talked about that anymore. We never found out whether he went in or just dropped her off on the doorstep. But he drove her home. You don't drive her home. She gets her own way home. You take care of your wife. Your wife was there to have coffee with you, and you gonna end up driving because she didn't have a way. Put her in an Uber.
She can't even get a Uber.
No, Ted is not showing good judgment at all. Toward being a father, I'd give him an A plus, because he even stands up against her to against Cat, and Cat has been the spoiled the baby of the grandchildren the whole time, and everybody doted on her, I guess, especially her dad and her mom. So I give him credit for being for building a relationship with his daughter and learning to love and listen and know his daughter. But in his marriage, he's not making wise choices. You don't let your wife storm off in that kind of anger to drive herself home or however she's going to get home. And you take the Leslie because she says she's been choked, then let them call the police. Well, they don't want to call the police. Call 911 or either Uber. Why couldn't she go in a cab? You take care of your wife. That's your responsibility.
I agree. I'm like the lady in the movie Why Did I Get Married? You slap her luggage down to the floor. You don't help her carry no luggage around here. Mm-mm. He was
That's
wrong.
He was definitely wrong.
No,
He
ain't no
was
way around it.
definitely wrong. And then on top of that, if you really want your wife back, you don't just send flowers one time and give up. You find other ways to get into her emotions.
Ain't that what the song say? Find 100 ways.
Yeah, you write her love notes. You remind her of the coffee days you had. Remind her of the day when the two of you met at the seminar. You
Right.
come up with something creative. Write, just sit down and write her a poem. You do things that women will soften up sometimes once, and then she'll be able to talk to you, and you can work through the
Mm-hmm.
marriage. But I don't think he's showing any kind of um, interest in getting his marriage back. And another thing, Ted, yeah, as E. Daddy said, Ted was 1,000% wrong to cheat. And I do not believe in adultery under any circumstances. But I will say this: I understand how Satan can creep in and get your mind off guard. Now, men have to be tended to, and they cannot be left alone emotionally. When she had all of this going with her, and her whole thing was about being able to conceive and carry the baby, she's losing the baby after baby after baby. She's in her own world, her own depression. He feels like nobody's attending to his emotions. The ideal thing would have been for them to mourn those babies together, to cry over those babies together.
Right.
You got to come together. The two of you do it as one, but each person doing his own thing. Now you go over to the cafe, and
Mm-hmm.
there's Dana serving your son brownies.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, now that part was, mm-hmm. That part, she ain't gonna get over that because Leslie just
No.
laid it out too. And I was serving your son brownies and this and that, and I knew you, but I was like, girl, in the seat. But this because the stuff she said to her at that orphanage that
Oh,
day, baby, we'd have
God.
tore orphanage up.
Yeah, that and I was just surprised that the writers would even include something like that in the storyline, because there's so many women who deal with infertility, and it's such a sensitive situation. I know my pastor's wife, her body rejected. I think they had 5 children, but it was a set of twins before they were able to have their first child. And usually, about after 3 children, the doctor will just say, go and adopt. If,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't have the money for a surrogate, I guess just go and adopt. But his wife was determined she was going to have a natural child, and they have 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Wait, I got to laugh at myself right quick. So this was me with my hair cut like that. And I
but
was
that's
so excited
but
because
that's
my
a
hair.
nice haircut.
Let me tell you why I was excited because my hair is really, really thick, right? And this lady cut my hair in such a way where I could take my fingers and whisk it. I ain't never been able to whisk my hair. So she did
Oh.
like a thinning thing on it to make it look thin. So I was so excited. But then I jumped out there in this wig that day. And that lady said, I recognize this wig, girl. We are sisters. I was like, we are not sisters. I'm not 70 something. I'm like,
But that looks nice too. There's nothing wrong with that wig.
girl, I picked the best
Absolutely
picture. I
not.
picked the best picture what I had in this. This wig was. I threw that wig away. I threw like I ain't never wear a wig ever in life again. I ain't never doing. I ain't gonna do it. Oh wait, he said this picture reminds him of. This picture here reminds you of Florence on. Let me see. He said that picture reminds me of Florence of the Jeffersons maid. Girl. I get my hair cut again, but I will not put that, what they call it, a 15 piece or something they call it, that wig. She won't be doing that no more. She won't do that no more. Okay, let's see. Wait, am I removing myself from the state? Wait, let me not do that way. Let me take this picture down the way I always do. Trying to try something new. But anyway, it was an interesting week. Very, very interesting week. Um, And I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Before we get out of here, let me take time to thank our mods, even though one is in Jamaica. Bobby Wobby, she's in Jamaica. Kimmy, KB Mommy's in Jamaica. And Bilo Didi is singing with Yolanda Adams tonight. Mm-hmm. She sent us pictures. She looked so cute in her outfit. It was so cute. Okay, so let's thank the mods. Thank you, Mod Squad.
Thank you, Mod Squad. KB Mommy, Destiny H, Below Didi, and Cousin Linda. Thank you.
So I guess next Friday we'll have pictures from Bilo Didi singing with Yolanda Adams, and we'll have pictures from KB Mommy's vacation in Jamaica. Oh, thank you, Mr. Baby Maniac One. But no, I put that wig in the garbage.
But it really did, there was nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. Scintillating conversation, Linda says. Everyone have a blessed and highly favored weekend. See you Monday. Love you all. Thanks, Belinda and Melinda Hill. Okay. Well, E Daddy and Miss Lil, as always, I look forward to talking to you guys every Friday. We did miss Real Talk tonight. She says she don't know if she's going to be able to continue to watch the show because it's just taking a turn that she can't handle, even though she probably in the bushes tonight.
Oh, that's right, because she likes Haley.
Yeah. She says she just can't take it. She said every time she likes something, here comes doggone stuff changing up her characters, and she don't like that. So, but she probably in the bushes listening anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder about Elaine. Did she miss her girl Cat this week?
I think Elaine was going out with her husband tonight.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I think she had a date night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and KB Mommy's and but I miss we miss our girl Elaine too, and yeah, and I think we'd be too late for Tony Lynn. Tony like, I ain't got time to be messing with y'all. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Thank you too for joining me, and hopefully we'll talk again next Friday.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Good night, E Daddy.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Miss Lil.
Good night.
All right, you guys. Thanks again for all of you coming in and hanging out with me for a late night. There are 52 of us still in here hanging. So hey. Also, thank you. Let me go back to the names again. Also, thank you, Jazzy Poetess One and Angelica for the super chats. I appreciate you guys big time. A thank you goes a long way, and I really appreciate you guys. And it's never any pressure to do so, but anytime you do send something for a super chat, it is always well appreciated. So thank you guys for that as well. What else? We're getting ready to get out of here anyway. Sean B says she's got to go. And hold on one second. Let me take a look at something here. Somebody just send me a text message. Hold on, you guys. So I'm running interference for somebody for something too. Okay. For somebody buying something tomorrow. All right, you guys. Well, I will see you guys. We did the thank yous and all of that. And I hope everybody's having a great day. And if not, remember there is still. Oh, you said I like your picture. You frying fish. Okay, yeah, I got different pictures now, right? So let me show you this right quick. I have a picture for when we putting somebody on trial. Okay, so this is the one for when we putting somebody on trial. And then I have one for, let's see. I have one for when we are looking through the keyhole to see what's going to dig deeper into subjects. And I have one for, what's the other one? I have another one that's just like smiling, but I didn't put that one up. And then of course there is the fish fry. The fish fry one, okay. All right, I might make some graphics for some of y'all too. I'm gonna make something for Elaine when I'm messing with her because she says she like to fight and stuff. So the cat fight video. She says she liked that one. All right, you guys. I've had a good time. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope everybody's having a great day. And if not, remember there's still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? And I'll see you guys next time when we unlock these gates. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.